has looked at the minutes. I would ask to entertain a motion to accept them.
Motion approved.
Second, all in favor, let it be known by the voting sign aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the right have the same sign. Minutes are approved. New business, approval of permit amendment of the North River Holdings. Mr. James LaFoy.
Good evening on this fine rainy afternoon.
Good evening.
So, the North River Holdings up at the North River Yacht Club, they're wanting to change their permit. They're gonna take the large floating pier that we approved, number 7 there, and remove it, and we're basically cutting it in half and gonna put it on the shoreline, and it'll be made out of wood instead of metal like the rest of them. And then they're gonna take 4 of the slips and put over here on the end in the slough in front of their property. But it's all gonna be wood and built against the shore.
That's in front of the captain's cabin.
That's right.
Isn't this what originally staff really wanted?
That's what we originally talked to them
with the
about.
homeowners were about this too,
That's
right?
correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
And this is actually they're gonna be using 14 less boat slips, and there's gonna be 12 less jet ski slips. So you're taking our problem with the beginning of this was the floating pier out of the center nobody liked. And so this is doing away with it, and we're taking slips out when you approve this.
Good, motion approved.
Second, all in favor, let it be known by the voting sign aye.
Aye. Thank you,
Right.
Mike.
Thank you. Next is a request for transfer of property for a potential Department of Human Resources facility, DHR David Howell and Mr. Robert Spence. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Robert Spence, I represent Tuscaloosa County, and we're
Okay.
here to request that the city transfer a piece of property on Culver Road to us for the construction of a new DHR building. The building they're in is outdated, they've outgrown it, it's got structural problems, and they just need a new facility. And the probate judge and the mayor have talked over a number of months to identify a piece of property, and this is the property that has been identified, and we think it'll be a good fit for DHR building.
Okay. I have a couple of questions because community members, and let me thank you all for coming to a community meeting on the other week. It was great to have you all there and answered questions. I have a couple of questions to ask. One is, I want the people to know how did this project come to West Tuscaloosa? How did we arrive at this piece of property?
Well, I don't know the actual mechanics of that, but I know that the mayor and the probate judge have looked at a number of different sites.
Right.
And this is one the mayor thought would be suitable. We've asked DHR and their consulting engineers to look at it, and they have said it would work. They needed at least 8 acres, and this is a little bit more than that. It's on a thoroughfare, so it looks like a good fit.
Yes.
And this is, of course, is a project that's funded by the state of Alabama, so the state is going to put the money in necessary to build that.
Gotcha. How much would this building be?
We think it'll be
Approximately.
about $15 to $17 million.
Great investment. Huh?
It's a good investment in
Right.
the area.
Has there been any conversation concerning traffic in and out?
Well, we haven't had those. I just mentioned it briefly to Mr. Fail. I don't know of any study that's been done. They don't have the kind of traffic that a lot of offices have. It's not everyone coming at one time, so they won't create the kind of traffic problems that a lot of businesses do create. They do have a number of employees that are there, but a lot of the clients that they serve are actually doing getting online services now. So
okay.
there won't be quite as much traffic as we have seen in the past with the other building.
Okay. In the community meeting, there was a discussion about Oakdale Elementary.
Right.
And how the traffic combustion happens. Can you?
Well, and again, I'm not aware of any traffic study, but we don't think it'll be a problem. We're not quite at the same time as the school is,
Yeah.
so it'll be staggered coming into the school. The school's about 3/4 of a mile, half mile away, so it's a little bit further down the road, but we think we're going to be fine on that. Like I say, we won't have 100 people in line
Right, I
trying to turn
understand.
in.
And I'm just asking these questions so that
Sure.
persons can get these things answered. Will you speak to the enhancement of the infrastructure, lighting, and safety? Because that is that. When I went to vote today, a lady asked me. She said, "Will it be safe?" She said, "I want to make sure that it's going to be safe." And she lives in the Oakdale area, and she her concern was after office hours are over, will it be well lit? Will it be safe? And I told her that I'll make sure I ask that
Well,
question.
and I think I can maybe alleviate some of your concerns. Right now, this is about the property
Right.
transfer. The issues regarding, I think, a $15 million development, those will be worked out through our staff, engineering staff regarding road traffic. They will have to comply with the city's landscape ordinance, lighting ordinance, so it should be well lit.
Mm-hmm.
Being a state facility, I imagine it'll have its own, like with our city facilities, its own built-in security mechanisms.
Right.
We will certainly make certain that happens and keep you informed as well through that process. But those are legitimate concerns. Is it 43rd, what avenue?
29th
29th Avenue.
in Culver
Down.
Road.
It's off of Culver, isn't it, Robert?
Right, that's correct. And there,
We'll certainly work through that as it goes through permitting.
That's where the buffer issue and all that.
That's right. That's
Or
right.
It's kind of like what happened
and
at the original site.
that's right. And one of the things that we are,
That buffer has been.
yeah, we're cognizant of the buffer. And we're also cognizant of the light pollution. We want it to be well lit, but we don't want it to disturb neighbors. So it's going to be concentrated lighting.
Any more questions?
Let me ask you, Robert, if this is approved by council, what's the next step? Is it moving to design and,
Yes.
and all that? And what kind of, what time frame are we talking about?
Well, Cole,
Would that be?
you know a time frame for maybe 6-9 months?
Yeah, well, the building is mostly designed, so we'll have to do due diligence, geotech survey, delineations, and on this new site. And then the site design and will have to be done from scratch. And then there'll have to be some building modifications as far as utilities go and tie-ins that were unique to this site versus the other. So that probably takes, total probably 4, 5, 6 months in that range to get it done. And then it would go through the review and permitting process with the city.
And then the bid process to go.
Then the bid process. It would be a
So
public-
best case scenario, when are we talking about, if all these issues are addressed, there would be a new building?
It's probably a 15-month construction. It's 44,000 square feet. So, we're talking late 25, most likely.
And let me say also that the building is financed by a bond issue that the state's going to do, so there's some lag time in the bond issue too.
Okay, sure. All right. Any other questions? Any council members have anything? If not,
Motion approved, Mr. Chairman.
all right, second. All in favor, motion by voting side, aye.
Aye.
Opposes, have the same right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else? Yes. Yes.
Hey, can I have permission to make one quick announcement?
Yes.
So I did want to recognize Mr. James LaFoy again. So he's submitted his retirement paperwork with the city. So this will be his
What?
last meeting with us.
Oh,
And
wow.
so we just wanted to introduce him and thank him for his services. And this is the committee that he typically presents at. So he's been with us for 23 and a half years. All of it has been at the Lakes Division. So I just wanted to give y'all an opportunity to say thank you to him. And so, but we also wanted to
Thank
know
you so
that-
much.
18 months left to me.
Mr. LaFoy, would you like to make any comments to us? Come on to the mic. Come on.
Tell us what you really think about the matter.
I don't really know what to say. I appreciate it. The lake's been my life. My job's been my life for 20-something years, and I really cleaned my office out. I found out how hard it was to leave, but it's in good hands, and we've done good things, and I appreciate y'all helping with that, and it's been a ride.
I appreciate you educating.
Absolutely. Really do. It's been a pleasure working with you. Yes.
Thank you.
Wish you the best in retirement. We'll miss you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. LaFour, thank you so much. You've been a great resource. We toured the lakes, and you showed me some places I've never seen in Tuscaloosa, in the lakes. You're very knowledgeable and wise, and I appreciate your service to our city.
Thank
Now you can just enjoy the lakes.
That's right, so I'm glad I'm doing it. I'm telling them about a new trailer motor. I'm gonna wear it out.
Yeah.
Still be it. That's right, I mean, there's more problem.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Motion
Is
to
there,
adjourn?
we have not
Motion
adjourned.
adjourned.
Second, all in favor, let it be. Aye.